My name is Burck Smith. I am the CEO and founder of StraighterLine. It is my second online education company. The first was an online tutoring company that I started in 1999 called Smart Thinking. That was part of the internet boom in 1999 and part of the bust in 2000. And we survived the bust, barely, but we did and grew it. StraighterLine started as a division of Smart Thinking in 2008, became its own company in 2010. Smart Thinking was subsequently bought by Pearson, and then StraighterLine has gone on to where it is today. We were very early to note that online college courses should be much less expensive than they currently are from colleges. And we built a really interesting business model that at the time was really controversial. It has become much more accepted now. But we offer online general education courses for $99 per month. And then students buy courses for about $49 each after that. So it's kind of like a membership fee. You pay $99 a month and then you get very, very, very affordable courses. These are things like college algebra, English composition, economics 101, psychology 101. So all those courses that everybody takes in their freshman or sophomore year of college. We're not a college, we don't award degrees. Instead, we have agreements with colleges so we can guarantee transfer credit from us to them. So now we have about 90 colleges and growing with whom we have these agreements. In 2010, again, this idea that kind of non-colleges could offer college courses for credit 90% cheaper with transferability was pretty radical. So we had to get some initial investment to prove that, which we did. And then in 2012, I think it became clear that higher education industry, the economics of higher education are massively dysfunctional. You can see it in the way the prices are continuing to rise. We're not the only ones to realize that. There was others who said, yeah, somebody has to come up with a model, and we had a pretty good head start on that. So we were able to raise our Series B then. People are realizing that creating these alternative pricing models is happening and it's possible, but it's going slower than everyone thought. So we are in good shape. We're growing our student base, we're growing our customer base, but a lot of the hype around higher education as disruption has diminished, which I think is probably a normal cycle in any industry that goes through this kind of the hype cycle. And the end result will be a handful of players who have a viable business model that's growing and making a difference, and we will certainly be one of them given where we stand today. I grew up here in Baltimore and went to Friends School here, and Friends School has a strong tradition of public service. My kids now go there, so I've come back and become my parents since I moved back. My background's in public policy. In an alternate universe, I would have been in nonprofit or government, but that didn't happen. So in the mid-90s, I was in grad school and very interested in education and technology, and the big question that I was struggling with was why online courses weren't reducing the price of college. So for StraighterLine, we have self-paced, tutor-supported courses. We don't need to have a professor for every 25 students. Students start with us immediately. Whenever they need help, there's a tutor available to them almost 24/7. Student debt is a terrible problem in the US, over $1 trillion, and getting worse over time. Prices continue to rise. And actually, I would argue, despite all the talk about rising college prices, I think they're going to rise faster over the next few years. So prices are going up, ability to pay is decreasing, and again, despite some of the rhetoric you might hear, the need for a degree is increasing, not decreasing. We've saved students over $64 million than if they had enrolled in a college course directly as opposed to enrolling with us. We've served over 30,000 students at this point. We are on a kind of a 17,000 student run rate right now, growing fairly rapidly. What's ironic is that online learning has grown such that about a third of all students are taking at least one online course. But over 90% of colleges charge the same or more for online courses as they do for face-to-face, despite the fact that the cost of delivery is probably 90% less. One of the questions we would get is, well, why are your courses so cheap? Which is really a veiled question, is there a quality problem? Are you cutting corners? Is there a problem with what you're doing compared to what a college is doing? And their answer is no. It's that colleges don't price their online courses close to the cost of delivery because they don't want to undermine the revenue they get from their face-to-face programs. So they price them equal or higher. People were essentially buying on convenience as opposed to buying on price. That's now changing. So we were the first, more have come in. And so what we do is we are simply providing pricing online courses much closer to their cost of delivery. We're not using that profit margin that colleges generate from gen ed courses to subsidize other portions of the college, and we're allowing those courses to be transferred within colleges, which is essentially the barrier for new providers. It's very hard for a new provider to come in and create a credit pathway without being a college. But to be a college, you you have to look like a college. Look like a college, you have to price like a college. And then so it becomes very hard for new providers to come in. The trends we are building upon aren't going away.